Hi, I'm Sam here at Rick Sharon's Pianos with a really wonderful piano. This is quite a pleasure to play. It's a Yamaha full-size upright built in Hamamatsu, Japan in 1985. Same size as a Yamaha U3 and internally pretty similar. I believe it has the same string scale as a U3 made in 85. The biggest difference is the cabinet of the piano. It has this walnut veneer in very good condition. My colleagues have done a beautiful job touching it up. Not perfect, but they touched it up very well. And it's not just a plain institutional style case, such as the U3 would have. It has this Scandinavian style, very angular but very clean, elegant lines. And most notably, it has this elevated music desk, which most upright pianos do not have, certainly not made by Yamaha or Kawai. This was always a more upgraded feature. The piano would have been more expensive when new, and they're accordingly more expensive in our inventory, because this is a much more complicated thing to manufacture. This music desk, as I mentioned, it's elevated. There's a ledge here that holds it, and it's a nice flat board of wood that will allow you to lay out different sheets of music paper at once, and they can lay flat. So it's, if you're a pianist and you need to make notes on your sheet music, it's easier to do that than on a normal upright piano, such as what's behind me. You can barely see it. So I know there are people who wish they could have a grand piano, but have to settle for an upright for whatever reason, oftentimes space concerns. But they're just never quite happy with the way a normal upright piano music desk folds out. It's much closer to the fingers bang into it. It doesn't hold much sheet music, and sometimes they don't feel very substantial. This is much more substantial. It elevates it, and it's well clear of one's fingers, much closer to where it would be on a grand piano. So your fingers are not hitting the key cover or the music desk when you're playing. So this is exactly the type of piano I like to recommend for those who wish they could have a grand piano, but for the reasons I said above, have to choose an upright. This is a very good, in my opinion, substitute for that, for when the situation requires it. So really satisfying to play too, other than the furniture style qualities. Oh, actually, one more thing I forgot about the furniture. This music desk, it does angle in and out. The movers would have it closed when they were to move the piano, or if you want to close it up just when you're not using it. When it's open like this and it's angled out a little bit further, it exposes sound vents behind the music desk, which is protected. It protects dust from getting in with a wire, like a mesh, but it allows sound to come out, making it a bit more rich, colorful, and deep sounding than you would normally have an upright piano, especially if you have the lid closed, as oftentimes people do. It's a good idea to keep dust out. Oftentimes on a regular upright piano, where this is just a single board of wood, it kind of crowds the sound inside of the cabinet and it feels more muffled. So this, again, makes it sound a bit more rich and colorful. And I also mentioned it's wonderful to play. My colleagues have done a beautiful job regulating the piano too, and in general, Yamaha uprights are very cooperative for us when we go to make all the necessary adjustments to make them play correctly. They're, in my opinion, extremely consistent in their quality of original manufacturer. Everything is milled very carefully and cut precisely and aligned nicely, so it's, when we have to make adjustments, it cooperates. It's just a very easy piano to work on. And when we do the adjustments necessary to bring it back into regulation, according to factory specifications, we get really good results. And this one, I think, is an especially good example of its kind. Very satisfying to play, very subtle and responsive and smooth touch, not too hard or easy. Yamaha's known to not have as much of a hard touch, and sometimes they're easy, but I think this one's right in the middle. Same thing with the tone. It has a warm sound if you play softly, but if you need more brightness and want to play loudly, the clarity is there for you. So really substantial wide range musically on this piano. made possible by both the tone and the touch. I was able to get super whisper quiet on this piano, and all the notes were there, and it didn't drop away. Something which, in my opinion, Yamaha's really good at, and which this piano is, I think, an especially good example of what Yamahas can achieve. So, I'll rate the tone and touch 5 and a 5, both neutral on a scale from 1 to 10, and I think that's ideal for playing a wide variety of music. It will sound good. If some music needs to sound more clear for whatever reason, jazz, Baroque music, the clarity comes out. If you need something to sound more quietly, the melodist comes out. The action is just there, it cooperates, it doesn't get in your way. So, very satisfying piano to play. A piano I wouldn't mind having myself in my home if I didn't already have an upright. So, excellent piano. It does have a middle pedal practice mute, which you can press down, move over to the left, puts a strip of felt in between the hammers and the strings so you can play very quietly at night or at any time of day if you have an apartment or row house. Substantial reduction in sound since the hammers are not striking the strings directly. Also, we will be including, this is an adjustable bench, not original, it's the closest match we have. This is new out of the box. Instead of opening them up to store sheet music, there are mechanisms that allow the seat to be adjusted up and down, and we would like to include this type of adjustable bench as a courtesy to those who buy these more premium uprights in their inventory. And of course, like everything else we sell, it has a 10-year warranty, all parts and labor, and 100% lifetime trade-up guarantee. Just please make sure to have it in tune twice a year by a professional technician and kept in a moderate, stable humidity situation. So please stop by, try it out for yourself. If you've been holding out for more of a premium upright piano that can substitute for $1,000 for whatever reason, I think you'll be very pleased with this. I certainly am. Or if you just want a nice upright and want to be able to keep it for a long time, rest assured this piano, when properly taken care of, can afford many years of musical enjoyment. So we hope you can come see it for yourself. If not, you can give us a phone call or send us an email with any questions. Thanks.